This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented to you by Shady Rays. SGPN is teaming up with Shady Rays for Shady May. Get 50% off your Shady Rays. Use the promo code SGPN and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/shady for your chance to win $500. All right, DJs, welcome back. It's your boy Boston Capper. And Mommy and Daddy are back together. Steve Schirmer's back in the house from his 10, 15-day vacation, however long he was. So, Steve, welcome back, man. Missed you.
Thank you. It's good to be back in the saddle. And I knew I was coming back from vacation when I crossed the Pennsylvania border. And the temperature dropped about 30 degrees to 45, and it started downpouring. So I'm like, oh,
fun.
Welcome back. Vacation's over. But no, I am very happy to be back. Thank you for babysitting a couple shows. And thank you for showing up as well. I was worried that I was going to need new co-hosts after what happened to the Bruins on Sunday night. So condolences there, sir.
Yeah, it's fucking miserable. We talked offline about what I did. But yeah, I mean, not only that, like just the misery of the heartbreak, because the Bruins team is a team that I like legit like just get into. Like every year I get into them, and no matter how many times they rip my hat out, I go back like it. And I haven't experienced the success with the Bruins like I did with the Sox and the Pats. You know what I mean? So it's so miserable. It's just so bad. Mm-hmm. It makes me so upset. And the NHL playoffs take years off your fucking life. Like I'm literally pacing the fucking living room, screaming and like being an absolute madman. My wife is like, you have to calm the fuck down. And I just can't do it. It's just the way I'm wired. And NHL playoffs have probably taken 5 years off my life, would be my guess, with the stress.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many better sporting events than a Game 7 of NHL playoffs. Just
unless your team's in it,
right? Unless your team's in it, then it's just a nervous. Well, like because all right, with football, there's downtime. You kind of collect yourself before the big moment. You know, with basketball, yeah, it comes down to the last second, but sometimes it's not really close. Like in hockey, though, especially with like overtime or late in the game, like it can just end like
every
that.
shot. You hold your breath every fucking shot,
and you can't even usually see where the puck is half the time. So guys, shoot like that last goal by the Panthers when they tied up in regulation. I couldn't even see that it went in. It's just like,
I did. I was screaming at them like it was unbelievable what they were doing. Like I know they had the extra skater. There's an empty net at the other side of the goal. McAvoy played like shit. Our defense played so fucking bad. I mean, it is insane. I want to fire home into the fucking sun. Clifton can get buried alive in front of me and I wouldn't shed a tear. My defense just played like absolute dog shit. I mean, the Panthers are beating the Maple Leafs now, which is fine. I guess I got to root for the Panthers at this point. The last thing I need is fucking Maple Leafs fans talking shit to me.
I know. I mean, it would make you feel better about the Bruins losing.
No,
the juggernaut Panthers.
Misery loves company. Hey, listen, man, this Panthers team won the President's Cup last year. They went out and got a couple tough guys. Chuck is an absolute fucking beast. He's probably the best American player in hockey right now.
Okay.
Yeah, if he was on my team, I'd fucking love him. I hated him during that series, but God, what a fucking player he is. Like, I respect his game.
Is he Keith Kachuk's son or something?
He is.
Oh God, I'm old.
Look at you with the poll.
See, I mean, like I remember these hockey guys from when I was younger, but I haven't followed hockey closely in probably 15 years at this point. Because I mean, I like when the Sabres were actually good, we kind of all got into it, but then then they missed the playoffs for 20 straight years. And,
20 years.
A bunch of top 5 draft picks and are now on different teams. So yeah, no one really cares about the Sabres anymore up here. It's
makes
not
sense.
great. So all right, well, I guess we can transition to golf. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really talked a little bit about where my head is at.
Yeah, I try not to bother you with golf shit on vacation. I wanted to give you a break.
I appreciate that. I feel a couple of questions, happily from other people, and I, still do that. But I mean, I guess why don't I just give some general thoughts about Quail Hollow, then we'll take a break, and then we'll give more thoughts, and we'll get into picks. So, I mean, Sounds if good. You just listen to a lot of different shows, I suggested Andy Lack's show. Obviously, it's very good covering the golf courses. I mean, listen, with Quail Hollow, it's about a couple of things. It's about, can you hit it very far? Are you good with your long irons? Putting is pretty difficult at this golf course too. There's a very high rate of 3-putts here. So that's something I looked at. Typically, I don't like using 3-putt avoidance, but this is actually one of the golf courses I tend to use it with. So I guess the one thing that's kind of tricky though, is you look at ever since the 2016 renovation with Tom Fazio outside the PGA Championship, I'm talking about 20
It was 2017 was a PGA, right?
Yep, 2017 was PGA, and then that's another thing to keep in mind. That Wells Fargo in 2017, 2021 we're at Quail Hollow. So that little outright idol show that you guys did, you're talking about last year's leaderboard.
We realized it after, and I couldn't remember. I even said it on the idol thing. I was like, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. I couldn't fucking remember.
I know.
It was Monday morning. The Brewers lost. I was hungover. Like, whatever.
Yeah, because you're talking about Keegan. I was like, Keegan's not very good at Quail Hollow in his career. And then,
I know.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, burst your bubble there. But but ever since then, there's only been 3 regular tournaments there. You have the year Jason Day won. You hear the year Max Homa won, and then you have the year that Rory won. And what's odd about those years is that Rory, I mean, we remember fondly because we hit the outright, but he was coming in with absolutely no form, hadn't played in a month, and we were just like, you know what, let's just bet him. And then he won. Jason Day was 152nd in strokes gained approach that year. And we're talking about coming into that tournament, he was terrible as irons, but he still won Torrey Pines. He was just awesome off the tee, awesome around the green, awesome putter. He won, and Max Homa was doing absolute crap coming in. There's been some other examples of Quail Hollow too, like James Hahn missed like 8 straight cuts and then won at this place. Derek Ernst, remember him?
Oh,
he won randomly at this place. Like I don't think he ever had a top 40. It'd be like if Max McGreevy randomly won this week. That's what happened when Derek Ernst won.
Okay.
So that's kind of the trouble with betting this thing is, like you can look at the ball striking, you look at the long iron play, you look at all this stuff, but there's been a lot of just really fishy red flags around some of the winners lately, which kind of throws things through a loop. So I had some trouble kind of narrowing down my outrights this week. I'll talk about one other thing before we go over it, but why don't we take a quick break and then we'll go over our betting card.
All right. Listen, Shady Rays is teaming up with SGPN for Shady May. Not only do you get an amazing 50% off, but you also get a chance to win $500. Shady Rays has you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customizable snow goggles, and much more. Shady Rays have durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. But that's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you break or lose a pair, even on day one, they will send you a new pair, no questions asked. So you can wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after purchase. And if you don't love them, you can exchange them for free within 30 days. So there's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. So go to shadyrays.com. Use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 or more pair of polarized sunglasses. Then take your receipt to sportsgamepodcast.com/shady for your chance to win $500 on the Shady May contest. I was talking to Gannon about this shit last night. You know, he doesn't wear sunglasses down here. I have no idea how you can do it.
How is that possible?
That's what, dude, my mind was fucking blown. I was like, dude, I can't, like, I've spent 25 minutes in my house looking for my sunglasses before I drive a mile and a half to the fucking gas station. And if you don't have polarized sunglasses, they're the most worthless things on the planet in Florida.
Oh,
like, there's no reason
for sure. I have bright blue eyes. I have to wear sunglasses when it's cloudy.
Yeah, dude. I'm the same way. So the bright blue eyes is so bad, especially down here. Like it's rough.
God, he must have like the blackest of eyes. Yeah, black like a doll's eyes. You know that movie reference? Good for you.
Yes.
All right. Let's go over one more thing before we go into picks. So, whenever we talk about Fazio courses, and I'm going to really nerd out here. A lot of people get them wrong.
Okay.
So, I compiled. There is a primary list of actual original design Fazio courses with tournaments you can actually refer to. And then there's Fazio adjacent courses with some stuff he kind of did there, not really fully Fazio, but people kind of associate with him, as a Fazio. And then there's ones that are just not Fazio that people talk about all the time. So, all right, your Fazio list. Right. Quail Hollow, obviously, but only after 2016.
Okay.
Nothing before Quail Hollow 2016 is Fazio. The major renovation now, that golf course, 2017 on. Congaree. Okay. You got two. You had the Palmetto, which had a dog shit field, and then you had the CJ Cup with a great field.
Yep.
So, and it was played at different times of year. The one in June was pretty soft. The one in the fall was pretty firm and fast. How it was supposed to be played. If you're going to look at one of those two leaderboards, probably look at the one in the fall. Shadow Creek, that CJ Cup when they went to Vegas,
right?
Yep. And then I guess like this is when Fazio kind of just made the CJ Cup his own because it was Congaree, it was Shadow Creek, and it was the Summit Club.
Okay.
Where we also hit Rory that week.
Yep.
So Conway Farms, that held 2 BMW championships back in 2015 and 2017. That is a Tom Fazio. Obviously, Punta Cana Corrales, that is Tom Fazio. And Kasumi Gaseki, the Olympic course. That is a Tom Fazio. Yeah, I think people might be forgetting that one. As that is a Tom Fazio. That's a Tom Fazio, and honestly, there's not much difference between Quail Hollow and this place. So,
really,
yep, really.
So bet Rory Sabatini.
Yes, or CC Pan. But I will be referring to Kasumi Gaseki this week. Now let's do some tangential Fazio ones. Maybe some ones you know about, maybe some ones you don't. A lot of what you see at Augusta National now is Tom Fazio. He was the one responsible for all the tiger proofing. He is their main chief architect consultant for the golf course. So a lot of what you see at Augusta is Tom Fazio. PJ National. Okay. Now the bones of it are Fazio. Nicholas has basically completely renovated the place. I had gone on this show and this rant for years saying you can't refer to PJ National as a Fazio. Then I looked at the 2021 Wells Fargo, and it was all Honda Classic guys. And I'm like, you know what? I need to just take a giant L on this one. Maybe it is. Riviera has a lot of Fazio to it. He did, I think, number 7 and 8. He restored the split fairway there. I think he did a couple other some work on 15. Or some elements of Tom Fazio in Riviera. I mentioned Eagle Point, that 2017 Wells Fargo, also a Tom Fazio. So that actually might help you. So of all the ones where, the Wells Fargo kind of went to different places, use the Eagle Point one if you want to look at the Fazio. Do not look at TPC Potomac like you two clowns did last night.
Once again, hungover in the morning after a Bruins loss. The fact that, dude, I woke up late for a work meeting. Like, when I say I drank myself to sleep, and you know me, I'm basically a high functioning alcoholic, and I drank myself to sleep. I was fucking miserable, like miserable. I was not happy.
I can only imagine, sir. It's a good thing you work remotely now. You don't have to, because if you were in the office, somebody actually came to your desk, you probably would have beat them over the head with a binder.
Yeah, I know. I most definitely. I remember my first day when I switched firms. Was the day after the Super Bowl, and it was when we beat the Seahawks, and I had like no voice, fucking rolled in at like fucking like 10:30. It's like, oh Jesus Christ! It's like, hi, what's up, guys?
No,
super fun.
All right, Oakmont, the 2016 U.S. Open, the latest renovation was Tom Fazio. Now. Gil Hans is actually going to go in there, I think, next year and rip the whole place up and renovate it. So next time you see Oakmont, is actually now going to be Gil Hans. But if you want to look at the 2016 U.S.
Why were we talking about? Weren't we talking about Oakmont a couple weeks ago for some reason?
Maybe, I don't know.
All right.
Talk about a lot of stuff on this show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Carson Creek. Do you know what Carson Creek is?
Mm-mm.
That is the Oklahoma State golf course.
Oh. Okay.
So you got some guys who went to Oklahoma State are pretty good here.
Ricky.
Hovland, Ricky. There you go there. The Wynn Golf Club, which is very familiar to the SGPN network, very familiar to you. Yep. Unfortunately, Bryson and Brooks are not in the field. And I don't see Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes playing here either. So that doesn't really help.
That's fair. That's fair.
Baker's Bay. Do you know what Baker's Bay is? That is SB2K. Remember that when Spieth blew the Masters in 2016 and then went on vacation with Justin Thomas and Ricky and Smiley Kaufman?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Tom Fazio.
Get out of here.
I am dead serious.
There's a Fazio in Jacksonville. Did you know that?
There's a Fazio everywhere. He's
like, I didn't even know there was one here. It's like on the north side of Jax, which is will be on another side.
There's a ton of Fazios everywhere. There's a Fazio, I don't know, at Turning Stone near me.
Okay.
So, and then finally, the PGA championship that never was, Trump National Bedminster is a Tom Fazio. Rest in peace, 2022 PGA. But you know what? We saw in all its glory on Live. Yeah, that was a horrible golf course.
Bedminster, yeah.
Yes. All right. What's not a Tom Fazio? I know I'm long. Firestone. Stop calling it a Tom Fazio. It's not. I know that's been bandied around. I know every time I hear, oh, Shane Lowry, Tom Fazio. No, not Tom Fazio. He did the West course, not the South course. South course is Robert Trent Jones.
I remember you yelling about this last year. Not last year.
I have to do it. I listen, I don't know if that's been floated on the ether, but I know it has before. I need to say, stop using Firestone as a Tom Fazio. It's not.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, let's do picks.
All right, let's do picks.
All right. Why don't you do your 2 first? And then I'll go over my 4.
Yeah, because I'm debating between 2 guys and then like a longer shot. I don't really think a longer shot can win, but
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so I don't know.
If it does, listen, if it does, say la vie.
Yeah, exactly. But so I mean, my guys were easy. I took Cam Young with everybody else. I got him at 22, which I thought was a good number for Florida. It's at long and straight. I know he didn't play here last year, but this course is designed for Cam Young. Like he should be able to hit long and straight. And his putting looked much better at match play. I really think the caddy change has helped him out. And at 22, why not here? And then I took Spieth at 21. He played really well here, obviously, at the President's Cup. I mean, he was probably the best American player.
I mean, his 6-0, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and his form right now is fucking incredible. Like, people keep talking about Cantlay's form. Like, Spieth's form is better than Cantlay's right now. Much better. Like, with the placings and everything. Like, so I like Spieth with a 2. I thought when the odds came out, Spieth would have been with the 1 instead of Cantlay. So I happily took Spieth. I know he's not as long as everybody else, and his long iron game isn't as good as his short iron game, but putting, knock on wood, seems to be coming back a little bit. And listen, when you put money on Spieth and you watch him stand over a 5-footer, you're fucking nervous as shit. But I thought 21 was more than fair in this field. And I just love, he's right fucking there, man. Like, he's going to win soon. So
okay,
that's where I'm at.
All right, let's talk about Spieth for a second.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What if I told you that Jordan Spieth, since the beginning of last year, was averaging the same off the tee as Tony Finau?
So that would surprise me a little bit, but not too much. Like I told, like when I was talking to Cam that morning, I was like, he's sneaky long now. Like he's nowhere near short.
Yeah. He's averaging more yards off the tee since last year than Xander. Now, Xander hasn't had an injury, but still more than Xander. Yeah. It's more than Max Homa. It is almost as much as Hovland. So he's got plenty of distance.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a check.
Yep.
You want to talk about his iron game? I mean, obviously, the strokes gain stuff has been really great. The one ding on him is that over 150, his long irons has not been good. However, if you look at just scoring from over 150 and look at just what he's done this year, he is 13th on the PG Tour in scoring on all approach shots over 150 yards.
Really?
So like his average proximity is about 43 feet. To give you an idea, like Tony Finau's average from 150 is 40 feet. But I got Spieth gaining about 1.3 strokes on the field from all approach shots over 150. That's pretty good for me. Yeah. And at that point, like that's the number I really care about. Because proximity there's a lot of noise in that. I only care about what you actually do on the hole. If I see you're doing really well in the scoring categories, especially from long range, I'm good with that. And then you just mentioned, I mean, like, we've seen a lot of really dumb narratives play out with golf lately. Shout out Fitzpatrick at Brookline at Harbortown. Yeah. What if just the derp storyline is, Jordan Spieth was undefeated at the President's Cup. Of course you got to bet him. Maybe. So you know what? I also bet Jordan Spieth at 21.
Let's go. I love it.
For all those reasons.
Tommy's very excited right now.
Yeah. No, I bet him. I mean, am I a little concerned that seems like Spieth can only win Travelers and Harbortown and all that stuff? But listen, the game is there. The length is there. He obviously has been scoring very well from over 150 yards. Good scrambler, good putter too. Like the 3-putt avoidance rates have been relatively low. I like that. I also bet Cam Young with you there. That was actually the first guy I bet this week.
Me too.
And then my last 2. I mean, I kind of overextended myself a little bit with how much I lay, but
it's fucking.
I bet a ton of positional, so it's not going to matter at this point. I was able to boost up Xander to 19-1.
Okay.
So obviously,
can I just pause you for a second?
Okay.
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, you said you were fucking done with Xander. Done. Yeah. So this is a quick turnaround. I just want to put it out there. You told me, I think, electroshock you if you were going to bet Xander again.
Yeah. I did.
Okay.
I say a lot of things in this show.
All right. I just want to be clear.
So I'm impressed by the fact that he went to Harbor Town, a place he never does well, and finished 4th. So fine. I think just the fact that I saw something like that out of him. I mean, I think his game is pretty sharp right now. Obviously, the long iron play has been very good. The distance has been a little down, but I know he's been driving a little better lately. Great scrambler, really good 3-putt avoidance race. I just talked about he won at Kasumigaseki. He has a second place finish at Shadow Creek. So good Tom Fazio connections there.
Oh, that's right. He lost the Kokrak there.
He did lose the Kokrak. That was pretty hard. I think I actually had Xander that week.
No, I had Kokrak.
I know you had Kokrak. I had Xander.
Oh, yeah.
So congratulations, sir, on that victory over me.
Thanks, buddy.
But I'll take Xander 19-1. And then this is a little bit of FOMO.
All right, come on.
But Sungjae Im 28-1.
You're a fucking glutton.
I am a glutton. I really am. But look, I mean, what's hard about this week is I just mentioned at the top of the show that like you see all these guys with just not doing very well with their irons coming in still winning.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, don't do that. And then I just saw his long iron numbers and his scoring numbers.
You were like,
I'm so tempted. And I mean,
28's a good number. I think he's down to like 20 on my books.
It is. So you look at his history on like either Fazio or Fazio adjacent courses. Obviously, he's won the Honda Classic, done very well at the Masters. He's got a 3rd at Cays Valley, which I think is very similar to Quail Hollow. A 9th at the Summit Club too. 7th at Corrales. So some decent Fazio history there. And the guy's just been playing lights out golf for a long time. Like, I mean, go back to last summer, back-to-back second place finishes, 6th at Farmers, fourth at Farmers, 6th at Scottsdale, 6th at Players, 7th at Harbor Town. He's been within 5 of the lead the last 2 years, 14 times. That is tied for most in this field. So I'm just like, you know what, with how good he's been played well at the President's Cup last year too. Look, it's more money with outrights I wanted to lay, but I bet a ton of positionals. I'll make up for it there. So, all right, Sanjay, my last guy on the card.
I'll have to look and see what number I have Sanjay at because the 2 guys that I'm looking at is Hovland. I still get him at 19.
Okay, you just chastised me for being done with Xander.
I was about
now
to say
it's
the same situation. I know it's the same exact situation. So I just look at it and it's like, damn, man. Like the only thing that holds me from betting him is non-show up on Sundays. But I don't know. I don't know what to do with him. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. But then Burns at 30. Like, why is he at 30? He just won match play. We're back on a Bermuda putting surface. He's long. Like, why is he at 30?
It's that overseeded stuff, but
is it? Okay.
Yeah, but he's good on the overseed too, so it's fine.
So I think the 30 was just like, and it's still there. And I'm like, I mean, shit, he played good at Heritage, played good at Valspar, and then he won the match play. Like, are we overthinking it?
All right, so here's the thing. Sam Burns is the perfect Jason Day comp for this place.
Okay.
Long hitter, irons aren't all that good, decent scrambler, really good putter.
Okay.
Like, that's the Jason Day recipe right there. And I know, like, I think the records show that he wasn't very good at President's Cup, but he was a lot better than.
Oh, he was eye test. He was great.
Exactly. It was Scheffler that was bad that week.
Correct. 100%.
It's kind of like how JT's record was pumped up because Spieth was carrying him the entire time. Yeah. Like that. That's why, like, I went to Spieth. Right. I'm like, all right.
All right, I'm going to join you on him.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm going to join you on him, and I'm going to bet Burns. I'm going to leave Hovland off. I'm going to stick to my word.
Okay.
I'm not going to bet Hovland.
All right, then I should shadow bet Hovland then.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I never formally apologize for talking you off of Tony. Sorry.
Yeah. Did you get the invoice from my billing department?
No, I didn't see it yet. Nope.
No. Listen, it's like what I always tell you every time you complain to me about something I said. I am the host of a golf gambling show. I am my own man. So it's my responsibility, the fact that I bet 5 other losers, including Alex Smalley, who's officially a loser, instead of just saying fuck it and betting Tony Finau, which I knew I should have just did.
Yeah, I'm just kind of afraid that we're in the same situation this week with Rory at 8-1.
Oh, Rory's going to win. All this doesn't
boat
matter.
race.
This entire conversation doesn't matter. Rory's
matter.
going to win.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, listen, before we get into the rest of the betting, we are also brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Best Ball Mania 4 for all you sickos out there already doing best ball drafts. They're giving away $5 million in prizes, plus plenty of ways to win with NBA, NHL, and MLB with their player prop parlays. Head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. And it's Kentucky Derby week, baby, and the notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network for all your Triple Crown bets. Plus, leave a review of the show wherever you get your podcast between now and the Belmont, Saturday, June 10th, and you'll be entered to win a canvas print of the Wolf's one-of-a-kind Fallen Bob painting. It's post time, baby.
Okay. All right, and then I just want to plug again that PGA Championship is coming up very soon. We will be doing an appearance at Big Oak Driving Range at their Top Tracer bays there. It's basically think Top Golf. We'll be there from 7 to 9 on Friday, May 19th. And breaking news, after we talked about this last week, you got FOMO. And now Boston Capper is also coming up and joining myself. Brian Kirscher, Andy Lack will be there at the driving range from 7 to 9. There'll be food. We'll do contests. It'll be a great time, by all. So we'll debrief the first 2 rounds of the PGA, talk about some bets going into the weekend. It'll be good. Come hang out. It's free. There's no admission fee at all. Just show up. There's a full bar too. Have some beers with us. Talk golf. We'll do a long drive contest on the Top Tracer Bay too. So
this long drive contest isn't going to be a contest if we let Andy play. Andy hits it like fucking 300.
We'll make Andy use the pink club they give kids there. So that's from like 1984.
Dude, I'm doing cartwheels if I hit it like fucking 275. I'm like, I fucking crushed the shit out of that thing. And I'm like high-fiving people.
Yeah, I'll let you know it's about 230 to the net on the fly.
Oh, okay.
So, but the Top Tracer will adjust the spin and everything.
Oh, damn. I was going to say that I could just make up however far I think it would have went.
No, it'll be accurate. So. Yeah, but May 19th, 7 to 9 p.m. If you're in town for the PGA, show up and we'll have a good time.
I think Mush is coming.
I heard that. On the show.
Yeah, I think Mush.
I forgot he lives in Albany.
Yeah. He lives in outside of Providence, but he works in Albany.
Oh, okay. Well,
so he lives there 5 days a week, and then he goes back to fucking Rhode Island. Fucking 2 days.
Okay, gotcha. So, all right. Well, we got our outrights out of the way.
Yeah. What do you want to go to?
Why don't we do matchups?
All right.
Okay. I mean, hypothetical matchups that I never bet. So
I got 4 I like. Like
4 you
I
like.
like.
Okay.
Oh, I like.
All right.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
All right. So Cam Davis.
Oh, God.
I poo-poo this. Yeah. Listen.
Okay.
Tell me that course doesn't fit him. And he just came off a top 10, 2 top 10s out of his last 3. This is definitely a course for him.
You said he sucked on your little Outright Idol show.
I'm aware. I just told you. I poo-pooed it, and then I went and I actually looked, right?
Okay.
Dude, take whatever I said on the Outright Idol show. Like, I would have spit in my mother's face at that point in the time where I was mentally, okay?
Okay.
But he's going over Seamus Power. Power is legit stunk recently. Like, not good at all. And this doesn't seem like a course that's going to fit him at all. And I found it at minus 125 on one of my other locals. It's like minus 140. So I love that. Took that.
Okay.
And then Jordan Spieth over JT because I just don't like JT. I know he won the PGA here. His putting is bad. That's it. There's no other explanation for it. Like, yeah, I guess he could have a spike week. But it's even money on both sides. Like minus 110, minus 110. Like, yeah, I love Spieth over JT. Plus, I always like to in a big boy matchup to go. And then Mitchell over Connors. Mitchell's course history here is really good. Coming off top 10. I think him and Sanjay could have won it. I didn't watch a fucking second of that tournament, so I have no idea.
Yeah, so remember how we were saying Spieth carried JT at the
Oh, no. Wasn't him carrying Mitchell?
Sanjay carried Keith
no. You didn't watch it either. How the fuck do you know?
I looked at the stats, and Sanjay was amazing, and Keith Mitchell was a dog.
All right. Well, I don't give a fuck. Either way, Corey Connors shouldn't be good here. He's accurate. He's kind of short. Oh, that was actually a question I meant to ask you off the jump. What's the rough going to be like this week?
So only 2 inches.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought it was always like a lot longer than that. And I look back and it's always been 2.
Okay. All right, so I'm not worried about that then. Yeah. So yeah, listen. I mean, he was in contention a few weeks ago with Homa and Ram with a course that actually do the same thing over and over again, just like this place. So Mitchell, and it was the same thing. It was minus 110 on each side. So I took that. And then I take it back. I like those three. And I bet this one. Don't love it, but it was plus money. So I got Vic at plus 120 going against Finau. Finau scares me right now because obviously he just won, and his irons have been so good for the last, I don't know, fucking year, I guess at this point, 6 months at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it's plus money. His course history here is meh at best.
Yeah.
So I like getting plus money on a guy who I was debating on betting it outright for somebody who I wasn't. So I took plus money with Vic over Finau.
Okay. I mean, my only word of caution on that is it might have been an agronomy thing with Finau with the Bermuda or the overseed. He's been a lot better on those surfaces lately, though.
I know.
So,
but it's plus money.
It is plus money.
That's why I took it.
All right.
Nope.
All right. So my matchups I don't bet because I suck. So just fade all of these. So I found a Terrell Hatton minus 130 over Wyndham Clark. I just think that's wrong. Wyndham Clark, he didn't play all that good in Mexico last week. And I just think Terrell Hatton's a much better player. That used to be a bigger favorite at minus 130. I mean, Terrell Hatton's got a decent course, or not course history here, but decent track record on Fazio tracks. The third at Shadow Creek, the second at Congaree, a 13th at Congaree too, fourth at Honda, if you want to call that a full Fazio or original Fazio, whatever. So I'll take Hatton minus 130 over Wyndham Clark. Hayden Buckley minus 110 over Danny McCarthy. Buckley's been pretty well. Maybe he's finally gotten over blowing the Sony Open. I remember back at the Sony Open, I called him a junior Keith Mitchell because he's pretty long off the tee and pretty straight. He hits his long irons pretty good too. And Danny McCarthy just is not a good fit for any of these Fazio tracks. I mean, just, bad iron player, short. All he does is kind of putt. I mean, you can see sometimes with a Mackenzie Hughes type do kind of well here, but the weather's not going to be kind of bad. So I like Buckley minus 110 over Jenny McCarthy. And then Adam Svensson minus 105 over Andrew Putnam. Kind of similar thing. Putnam's more of a putter, bad ball striker. Svensson's really good with his long irons. So I'm just going to take the better ball striker. Technically, it's the underdog in that matchup over Andrew Putnam.
It was like minus 105 or something.
Yep, exactly. So, but I won't be actually betting them because I don't. So
yeah, what's the? I feel like we haven't been tracking those over the past.
I've been tracking.
What do they say?
So I am 14, 18, and 1 on the year.
That's not bad.
I am actually
because you started out like fucking 0-8.
Well, I went on 0-8 streak between the Genesis and API. I'm 5-3 across the Valspar, Valero, and the Masters.
All right. Whatever.
So I'm doing a little better.
A little better. All right.
A little better. Yeah. The 0-8 hurts.
Yeah, that's a bad run.
We've all bad run.
We've all been.
All right. Let's get this shit that I actually bet though. Positionals.
All right, come on. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
All right.
What's
the biggest lock of the week?
Ooh. Rory top 10?
Yes.
Minus 105?
I got it even odds.
Okay. Yeah.
Rory is top 10ing this event. We have seen this exact blueprint before. We saw it in 2021 where he sucked at the Masters, sucked at the Players, took a month off, and then won. And they got everybody excited at Kiowa, a golf course he's won before. Now we're going to sit on the precipice of winning Wells Fargo. And then, Rory married the Rochester girl. And he's an honorary member at Oak Hill, even though I think he's only been here maybe like 3 or 4 times actually in Rochester in the last 3 or 4 years.
Really?
I mean, like usually,
I swear I heard Andy say that he was there during like COVID.
I mean, he might have been. I know that. I think they have, because the papers always report it whenever like he's around. I think his wife's family has a place in Thousand Islands. So
that means nothing to anybody who.
I mean, it's mostly
outside of.
It's
Rochester.
mostly closer to Canada at that point.
Okay.
I remember a couple of years ago, I think he went to a couple of trendy bars on Park Ave. I got really jealous. I wanted to meet him out. But look, I mean, that narrative is going to get blown completely out of proportion if he wins this week because of all the ties to Oak Hill. We saw it in 2021. Probably going to happen again this week. But you know what? Top 10, even odds. For Rory, I'm just gonna take that.
Yep, I'm with you on that. That was literally what I bet after I bet my Cam Young. I was like, let me go see what Rory's top 10 is. I was like, oh, it's only minus 105. Yes.
Yes. Especially with no Rahm and no Scheffler in the field.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like, you want to talk about his mental fortitude at this point. You got his top 2 rivals not in this field. Of course he's going to do well this week.
Exactly.
Like, this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
It's all setting up for you to just poo-poo him on Sunday night or Monday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it is.
Can't.
All right. I got a lot of top 20s. Mostly this is guys that I wanted to bet outright, but I didn't.
Okay. I got some long shot top 20s, which this is how my stupid brain works. I'm like, I'll hedge them. I'll hedge this top 20 with a good top 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So give me yours.
Okay. You wanted to bet Victor Hovland outright? Yep. I think I need to take a little bit of a break. I'm betting Victor Hovland. I bet him a lot. How about just top 20 on him plus 115 in Perfect. 6 appearances on true Tom Fazios? He has finished top 20 in 5 of them. And, just the 7th place finish at Augusta. That's got some Tom Fazio ties. Really good at Riviera. That's got some Fazio ties as well. Went to Oklahoma State, Karsten Creek. You got those comps as well. Top 20 plus 115 for Victor Hovland, who was a 3rd place finish here. I'll take that. I really Morikawa this week too. I talk about him as a potential one and done candidate. I mean, doesn't fit the blueprint of a guy who, is long, who tends to win here, but really good with his long irons. Played well at the President's Cup last year. 2nd place finish at Summit Club. 12th place at Shadow Creek.
He did good Congaree too, didn't he?
No, not at Congaree. He did well at 4th at Kasumigaseki, the Olympics, which is basically a clone of this place. So,
all right.
So some decent Fazio ties with Morikawa, Augusta National, Riviera as well. So top 20 him plus 125. Matthew Fitzpatrick, kind of like with Spieth. Like, why can't Fitzpatrick do well here? Pretty long off the box. Now, his long iron numbers too, like the last 2 years, have really improved over where it was. Yeah. Good scrambler, low 3-putt avoidance rates as well. So, I mean, he's got a couple good finishes at Congaree. So I'll take a, top 20 on him at plus 135 for that. And then a couple FOMO things. I don't think their outright price is all that good, but these guys just crush Fazio tracks. Jason Day, 2 wins on Fazio tracks between Wells Fargo and Conway Farms. Remember that the CJ Cup at Shadow Creek? Yeah. Remember he was like 3rd or 2nd going to the final round and then withdrew before the final round?
That's right. I forgot about that.
That was nuts. I mean, he probably should have won that thing. But
dude, how did I forget that?
I know. I forgot about that too until I started looking at Jason Day, Tom Fazio rabbit holes here. So I was like, "What's that withdrawal?" I'm like, cause he was gaining about.
He's crushing.
Yeah, he's gaining 3.6 strokes on the field and then just withdrew.
What? I don't remember what happened.
I think it was either like allergies or a back injury or something random. Man. Like it happened like
a Jason Day thing.
Yeah, just randomly out of nowhere. I think it threw a grenade into the Slack channel. Rest in peace, Slack. But anyways, really good on Fazio tracks. Obviously got the 2 wins. So Jason Day top 20 plus 135, and then Ricky Fowler top 20 plus 185. He's just been a top 20 machine. I just mentioned he's been, Karsten Creek. That's a Fazio, really good here. He finished 3rd place at Summit Club. That's a Tom Fazio as well. A couple good finishes at Conway Farms too.
Yep.
A lot of really solid, good finishes for Ricky Fowler at Fazio track. So I'll take the top 20 him plus 185. I know it's a lot. I know I basically bet most of the top of the card, but it's an Elliott event. Have you been watching golf? All these guys are doing really well lately. So why not just bet them?
Yeah, listen, I like it. And so what's funny is Day and Ricky were like the ones that I left off. Like they were looking, because I basically what I'll do is I'll write out a list of guys that I want to bet top 20, and then I'll go look at the prices, and then I'll put the prices next to them, then I'll go over it and I'll figure out which ones I want to bet on how I bet, right? Because like I say, in my brain, I hedge with these, plus 120s and plus 140s, right? Because I feel like they have they're more inclined to cash. So my short ones, I went Burns at plus 155.
Okay, I like that.
Cam Young plus 110. Spieth plus 110. Cantlay minus 120.
Okay, so Cantley's got some stink on him, right?
I didn't know that before I bet it.
Not the one you hate, but the one who everyone.
Oh, the other one.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. The one who mushed my fucking hockey team.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. And then not only did I have the President's Cup curse, I had the Ander curse. Great, thanks. And then AM at plus 125. So, which is good because that means I bet him a top 20 before I'm going to join you on the outright. So, because I liked what I saw. So
hold on. Of everybody at the top of the board,
I think we got him covered. I'm pretty sure we got him covered.
We didn't bet Finau.
No.
We didn't bet Homa. We didn't bet JT. I have a mythical bet on Terrell Hatton.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow. We are
much.
providing valuable insight to everybody. Just bet.
Listen, man.
Bet, guys.
It's bet the top of the board. But no, some of these longer shots I think are good. So I'm joining Cam on Carson Young. It's fucking 13-1 for a top 20.
Okay.
He has 2 top 20s in a row. His stats aren't awful, right? I know I'm aware of the fields he was doing it, but RBC was good. I think it was RBC he was at. Hold on, let me pull him back up. I somehow lost him. But 13
this is pretty ugly.
13-1. Dude, it's 13-1 for a fucking top 10. It's not that ugly. And I think he's a great fucking DFS play. It's $6,100. Ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, top 20.
I don't mind the DFS play, but
in a 13-1 top 20, dude, it's fun. Like, I'm not saying fucking, throw $200 on it, but I mean,
it's golf.
Yeah, and
just go for it, Roy. Go for a 10 cup.
His around the green is the weak spot. I would
argue his long iron play is also pretty weak.
So I didn't look at his proximity, but
it's not good.
How bad?
I got him losing 0.7 strokes per round on shots over 150.
Yeah, it's fine. He fixed it.
Oh, it's fine. Okay.
It's
probably because his round
and
game is pretty bad. To be honest.
But then you can get all right, fine, whatever. It's 13-1, man. There's a reason it's 13-1 for a top 20, right? It's a fun bet. And then Buckley is plus 450.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's a good long shot. And then Griot at plus.
I like Griot. He was like the only thing I cashed last week at the Mexico Open was Griot. Thank you, Will Gordon, by the way.
What an asshole.
The fuck was that, dude? I was looking at my phone, like, why are you plummeting? He did this exact same thing at Bermuda. He did at Mayakoba. I swear to God, his round 4 scoring average must be top, like sub 175. He has collapsed on Sunday and ruined positionals for me at least 4 or 5 times this year. And I still continue to bet this guy.
Yeah, I figured you were going to look into that. And I was expecting that in the text chain because I was driving. I was coming back from the grocery store or something. And I saw fucking Cam go, "What the fuck, man?" And then you chimed in with that. I was
really mad.
Yeah. But yeah, Griot, man, fucking dude, good form. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? At plus 362. And then I'm doing Cam Davis at plus 325.
I like Cam Davis too. I'm just surprised that you're on him.
Yeah, plus 325. So when my initial reaction was like, go fuck yourself when Cam told me to bet him, and then I actually looked at it, I was like, okay, this actually makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm better about that now instead of just knee-jerk reaction than how I used to just not look anything up and dig my heels in. You remember those days.
Yes.
So the question I have for you, I have 2 guys, both at plus 550. I know nothing about Sam Stevens. I will not pretend to know anything about Sam Stevens, but he is hot on the golf Twitter block right now.
He is.
I looked at it. He looked all right, but he's a guy who I've never actually seen swing a golf club, I don't think.
Okay.
So,
all right,
give me some thoughts.
All right. So pretty long off the tee, pretty accurate off the tee. Iron's been very good lately. He's been garbage from over 150 though. So
okay.
Caveat. Navit's very good scrambler, pretty good putting rates, and he has not 3-putted a whole lot this year. So, checks a few boxes here. Pretty long. Not really 3-putting a whole lot. Yeah, that's not terrible. Actually,
okay.
Let's see. Where did he play well this year? That is popping in my little model here. Third at Corrales. So Tom Fazio.
Ooh, all right.
There you go.
It. All right, so I'll be adding him, and then I'm almost guaranteed to add this guy. just because I gained a lot of respect for him. I used to think he was just like a Twitter fanboy favorite. But the way he played over the weekend, playing with Rom and Tony, Ashke, man, fucking plus 550.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know a whole lot about him. I was usually just anti him because everybody was jumping on him at like 180 and 120 at these events, and they came off a reality show, and you know me, so I usually don't jump in on things like that. But I dug the way he played over the weekend. I had watched way more Mexico than I actually thought I was going to. It was like relaxing before the Bruins storm. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, I have a couple thoughts.
Okay.
First of all, I think this dude can only play on Paspalum.
Oh, okay.
So his best finishes was a 4th in Mexico, Paspalum. T24 at Corrales, Paspalum. 2nd at Puerto Rico, Paspalum. And those 2 Bahama events, the Great Exima and Great Abaco, a T4 or T7, Paspalum. Everywhere else, it kind of stinks.
That's a pretty fucking strong trend.
It's a very strong trend. And I don't think there's any.
But he's a young kid. Wait, how old is he?
He's young.
Yeah, he's a kid.
He's going to develop. I mean, he's kind of on that Sahith Theegala track a little bit. Look, I'm going to give full disclosure. I manual track all my stats.
Yep.
I am considering starting to track Akshay Bhatia, but I need to see him do on some other grass type first.
Okay.
Before I actually spend the time and energy manually updating his rounds every single week.
Okay.
All
right. So maybe I'll leave him off the.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I'll add Stevens. Well, we didn't talk about Sahith at all. What do you think about him this week? Because I was dicking around. Yeah, I was dicking around with possibly doing some placements.
Man,
Juice wasn't worth the squeeze for the placements. I don't think he's actually going to win. But
I mean, I love Sahith more than you apparently because you want to leave him off the Ryder Cup team.
I don't want to leave him off the Ryder Cup after we talked about it. Stop it.
Wow. I don't know. I actually don't know how good of a fit he would be for the Italian course anyways. But, I mean, look, like he's got some pop off the tee. His iron numbers have been pretty bad lately, but that's kind of just what Sahith does. He's really up and down. I mean, he did well at Torrey. That's a good comp to this place. Did well at the Masters. Decent comp to this place. I don't hate it.
All right.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it anywhere on my card, and I feel weird because I initially wanted to put him on my card. When I was talking to Matt last night doing the DFS show. I was like, if we keep betting Cam to win, we keep thinking Sahith is going to win. Why not just bet them both whenever we bet them at the same time?
Yeah, like 6th at Riviera, 4th at Farmers.
I might
9th at Masters.
I might add Sahith because he's like 70 to 1 on one of my books. He's like 50.
I have way too many bets out, but
let me just shadow bet it.
That's FOMO for me.
Well, you have another video to do this week, so
yeah, I do. Maybe I can find a way to get Sahith.
I found a trend for first round leader, which makes no fucking sense.
Okay, can I do my top 40s first before you do that?
Oh, I mean, I always forget you have access to that.
I know I do. Well, I'm back in New York now, and I didn't have access last week.
That's right.
I mean, look, like I understand Keith Mitchell has been at complete dog shit lately, but I've seen guys be dog shit coming into Quail Hollow and still do very well. So Keith Mitchell top 40 plus 125. Great history here. Great driver. I don't need to go into any more of that. Just Taylor Moore's just playing solid golf. And I mean, his driving the ball really good. The iron has been really good. Putting pretty well lately too. So I get a top 20 in Taylor Moore plus 125. Take that.
Damn.
Cam
plus money on a top 40 on a guy like that.
I know.
He won like a month ago.
Yeah, he's been awesome lately.
I know.
I'm getting plus money on him, so I'll take that. I'll just keep going back to Cam Davis. He cashed money for me at Heritage. I will continue to bet money on him again this week. Played really well in the President's Cup last year. He was one of the bright spots for the international team. I mean, good course fit here. Good long iron player. Pretty long off the tee. Decent scrambler too. I'll take that plus 125 for a top 40. Patrick Rogers made a nice little solid comeback last week after a really slow start.
I was looking at him for a top 20.
Yeah, he's got a second place finish here. I think a couple other top 40s as well. Just playing solid golf. Iron numbers been really good with him. So I'll take a top 40 on him at plus 140. I bet Emiliano Grillo top 40 plus 150. I'm just going to keep riding the wave with him. A couple decent finishes here. Long and accurate off the tee. Good long iron player too. I'll take that. And then how about 2-1 for KH Lee? I mean, he's got to be feeling pretty good.
All right.
All right. I never bet KH Lee.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like, okay.
Well, listen, like he's got to start prepping to defend his back-to-back titles at the Byron Nelson next week. So, get some things going with him. And you know what? I remember him playing really well at Quail Hollow last fall here at the President's Cup too. I think he was 2-1. He won his singles match. Now he beat Billy Horschel, and Horschel's horrible. But I mean, there's some things you can hang your hat with KH Lee. He's been driving the ball pretty well lately. His iron's okay. His scoring numbers from over 150 have been decent. Relatively low 3-putt avoidance rates. So I can get behind KH Lee for this place at 2-1.
Yeah, you gotta get him warmed up before he goes down to Texas too.
Exactly. So, all right. So there's top 40 bets.
All right.
Okay. All right. What are your?
I ain't got nothing else. You got anything?
What's your first round leader?
No.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta save it for the video. The
you want to talk PGA real quick?
Sure, but hey, well, so the lean is that like all of them have been from the PM.
Really?
That's so weird. Every single one has been from the PM in the last 4 times they played it here. It's very strange.
I can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, me either. I had to triple check. Like, is this right? Is this right? Now there's some guys in the AM who were like a shot behind and things like that. But what's funny is like they're not bums. And then I can't remember who they are off the top of my head. I'll save that for the video. But the short knockers that have been floating around first round leader too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy get how with a putter or something.
I don't know. I guess I got to dig into it a little more. I don't have to worry about first round leaders until tomorrow now. So I give it an extra day.
There you go. All right, let's talk PGA. And you actually asked about the weather.
Yes.
All right.
What's pack?
So let's get full disclosure. It has been rainy as fuck here lately. Lots of rain. So very soft golf course. I actually did get intel from good friend Andy Lack, who talked to the head pro there. They do have sub air under the greens at Oak Hill.
Oh, all right.
Very good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sub air only works if you get sun, wind, and no rain during tournament week. And unfortunately, what looked like really good weather, the week the PGA has unfortunately turned. Rain, heavy rain on Wednesday, rain on Thursday, rain on Friday, partly cloudy on Saturday, heavy rain on Sunday. Not good. Not good.
Heavy rain all those days?
Moderate, I would say light to moderate rain on Thursday and Friday. The problem is, though, it's going to be cloudy. I mean, there's wind, but you need sun and wind and no rain for sub air to really work. This is going to, let's just give it an initial lean. If this forecast holds based on all the rain that we've gotten leading up to this tournament, and the fact they're going to get rain during the week, 2019 Bethpage Black comes to mind.
Okay.
2020 Harding Park. I know that Harding Park was a lot shorter than Oak Hill, but their approach shot distributions were very similar to what I think Oak Hill is going to play. And yes, Colin Morikawa won, but the reason why Colin Morikawa won on a golf course that had 25-yard wide fairways and thick ryegrass rough, just like we're going to see at Oak Hill, is because he hit 75% of his fairways that week. And everybody that he beat, why don't we take a gander of everybody he beat at Harding Park? He beat Dustin Johnson that week.
Yeah.
He beat Brooks Koepka after his hip basically fell off.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
He beats Jason Day, beat Scotty Scheffler, he beat Bryson, he beat Matthew Wolff, he beat Finau, he even beat Scam Champ that week. Yeah. He finished T10. That's how much that thing was a bomber fest.
Jesus.
So I have a real funny, well, not a funny feeling. I've been saying this when I talk about this, with Andy Lack back in December. When I talk about it with you. If we get rain the week of, and I mean, it's upper 60s, it's not incredibly hot, not too cold, but still, it's It is perfect recipe for you got to hit it pretty far, unless your name is Colin Morikawa and you can hit 70% of your fairways and you can be a really long iron player. Otherwise, this thing's going to be you got to hit long and straight, and there's like 10 guys who can do that.
Yeah, so it's going to be betting Rory and Rahm and calling it a fucking day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great. Sounds
Yeah,
fun.
and when Rory wins this week, he's gonna be like 6-1. So if you see like 11 on Sunday and he looks like he's gonna win, maybe bet that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, watch the odds.
Yeah, I mean,
the
weather's still fucking 2 weeks out.
I mean, regardless, the fairways are going to be really soggy.
I'm more concerned about my trip at this point. When you're telling me this bad weather,
you're gonna be fine with that.
I don't like standing in the rain all fucking day. That sounds.
You might have to bring a rain jacket for when we golf on Thursday.
I don't have a rain jacket.
We'll go fucking buy one then. You don't have a rain jacket? Right. You live in Florida, dude. How you not have a rain jacket?
You think I go stand in the fucking rain? I stay inside.
It rains every day in Florida.
Yeah, I know. 4:00 every day in the summer. I know.
Wait, you just scurry inside like there's a tornado coming or something? Like you're Helen Hunt and Twister?
I mean, not like a tornado, but yeah.
Unbelievable. You don't have a rain jacket. That's ridiculous.
I might have a rain jacket.
You definitely have a rain jacket or a windbreaker. It's basically a rain jacket.
Oh, yeah, I definitely have
Fine. That you're covered then.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I don't have a rain jacket. All right. I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I got nothing else either. No, fucking go find Steve in our Discord channel. You can find me on Twitter at Boston_Capper. I need one more goal in 37 seconds. I'll be okay regardless, but one more goal will be very good. Other than that, listen, we actually have a nice tournament this week after 2 bad weeks in a row. I'm fucking excited. First round lead video comes out tomorrow. So does Steve's FOMO bet. Feeling I know where that one's going now. And let's break them fucking books, baby. Let's go.